Hi, welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we're here to talk about the movie Terrifier 3. It is the long-awaited new sequel in the Terrifier series that is once again written and directed by Damien Leone. If you're not into slasher gorefest films, then I don't think this series is meant for you. I, on the other hand, alongside many others in the horror community, really happen to enjoy this series, and I'm glad that we've been gifted with another sequel that has promised to be bigger and better and gorier than ever. Is it any good? Well, let's talk about it. The movie story follows after surviving Art the Clown's Halloween massacre. Sienna and her brother struggle to rebuild their shattered lives. As the holiday season approaches, they try to embrace the Christmas spirit and leave the horrors of the past behind. However, just when they think they are safe, Art returns, determined to turn their holiday cheer into a new nightmare. Good grief, what a movie. After seeing it, I only have 3 words to perfectly describe this movie. Depraved, gross, and sick. If you thought the first 2 Terrifier movies were gross already, well, buckle up and prepare for one of the grossest movies you'll ever see. I'm no stranger to these type of movies because I've seen a lot of bloody horror movies in my time, but this movie is probably the most intense out of the 3. As a fan of the horror genre in general, I absolutely love this sequel. It's absolutely bigger and better when comparing to the other 2 Terrifier films. I do have maybe one nitpick with the movie, but of course I'll get to that later. Right now, I want to talk about the many great things the movie has going for it, whether it be the newly added bits of backstory, Art the Clown himself, great acting from everyone else, and lastly, the bloody kills. If you enjoyed the lore behind Art the Clown himself, the evil entity, and their connection to Sienna, well, you're in for a treat. We do get some new added tidbits of lore added to the movie that's scattered throughout. So if you enjoy how their story continues, I think you're going to enjoy what they have done with this movie. When it comes to Art the Clown himself, well, he is just as great as always. Howard Thornton is perfect as the killer clown in this sequel and completely adds a whole nother layer of enjoyment. If you can stomach all the grisly kills, David outdoes himself with his amazing pantomime expressions and pulls off some hilarious tongue-in-cheek humor. Since 2016's first Terrifier film, David has turned Art the Clown into a horror icon. As far as everyone else goes, co-star-wise, both Lauren LaVera and Elliott Fullam reprised their roles as Sienna and Jonathan from the second film, since obviously this sequel is a continuation of their story. They were both great, and I feel like their acting has improved a lot since the second film. I did like the new characters added into the mix of things, and also the surprise cameo appearances from iconic actors. When I say that this sequel is the goriest out of the 3 movies, you better believe it. If you thought the bedroom scene from the second film was intense, well, just you wait. I'm not going to go into details because of spoilers, obviously, but each and every death scene in the movie was so viscerally intense. The practical special effects that went into them were amazingly well done. If there's anything that I noticed about the movie that didn't sit right with me, it would have to be where a portion of the movie feels like it's a dream sequence, but ultimately it's not. I don't know how else to describe it, but I felt like we were all faked out. I don't know if it was a pacing issue or some footage was axed on the cutting room floor, but it feels like a good portion of the movie is missing. Other than that, I still had a great time with this sequel. I hope we do eventually get a 4th Terrifier film because I can't be the only one to want to see how much they can outdo this 3rd film and continue to probably conclude Art and Sienna's story. Overall, Terrifier 3 is a blood-soaked nightmare of a film that will sit with you long after it's all said and done. As gleefully nasty as the movie may be, it's not afraid to stand out as its own thing, reminding everyone that Art the Clown is a force that is not to be reckoned with. Issues aside, when it comes to gorefest horror films, you just can't get any better than this. I give this movie an A. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up my real reviews.